The following contest is an Ironman match. On the way to the ring, please welcome Kelly. And the opponent, from Los Angeles, California, Melina.
Jim Ross here with Jerry the King Lawler, and we welcome you to Raw live tonight from Austin, Texas.
Everything's bigger in Texas, JR. This is going to be one of the biggest Raw events ever. I can't wait.
Neither can I, King, and I know these Raw superstars can't either. They're ready to go out and show these fans why Raw is the greatest brand in sports entertainment.
Wow, could you be any more biased, JR? How about some fair and balanced commentary? I wonder if Kelly's doing anything after this match.
Come on. You're old enough to be her
older brother, I know.
Oh boy, the adrenaline is pumping. I think this could be the beginning of the end.
No, it can't end like this. Come on, do something, quick! Can you believe we actually get paid to do this job, JR?
It's like a dream come true, King. Except when I have to sit here and listen to you drool over the divas.
Come on, JR. You know I'm helpless when it comes to puppies.
Oh, I know, King. And that's why I'm bringing a pitcher of ice water out here with me next time.
Oh, no! This is terrible! You can't let your opponent build this kind of momentum.
Well, all I can say is someone's been eating their vitamins and saying their prayers.
Boy, Melina's one of those divas you just can't take your eyes off of, JR.
You certainly can't, especially if you're the referee. You know it's only a matter of time before this Jezebel tries to take advantage in this matchup.
You say that like it's a bad thing, JR. I wouldn't mind if she tried to take advantage of me.
Look at this! Look at this! You talk about a house of fire, you're seeing it right here!
Yeah? Well, somebody better put out that fire, or this one's not going to end well.
What an incredible performance by these phenomenal superstars.
Did you expect anything less, JR? I mean, look who's in the ring right now.
No, I didn't, King. I had high expectations, and I'm happy to say the referee is out, King. Will we see someone take advantage?
I'd be disappointed in them if they didn't, JR. This is a great opportunity. Did you ever think you'd be watching these superstars compete against each other here tonight, JR?
I had a feeling their paths are going to cross sooner or later, and I'm glad.
No WWE superstar ever wants to admit they've got their limits, but when you've been getting hammered like a railroad spike all match, you don't have much of a choice.
Boy, what a match. I wouldn't even hazard a guess as to who's going to win this thing.
What? Have you got both your contacts in one eye, JR? It's been obvious to me since the start of the match.
Oh, really? Well then, why don't you just...
Flat on your back with your shoulders on the mat is no place to be. Oh, man! That's gonna change the tone of this match, JR.
Yeah, and not for the better either. I wish the ref would actually pay attention to what's going on.
This is going beyond just being a match, JR. I think these superstars genuinely hate each other.
There's no love lost between these competitors, that's for sure. If looks could kill, somebody would be pushing up daisies right now. What a disgusting display! I guess a little sportsmanship was too much to ask for.
What they say, all's fair in love and war, JR. And those two sure don't love each other.
You're damn right it is. It comes with the price of admission. And there's the cover. 1, 2, 3.
I think it's pretty obvious which way this one's gonna go, JR.
Well, from my perspective, this is still anybody's match.
I'd like to see things from your perspective, JR, but I'd have to get my head out of my rear end first.
And Lord knows it's been up there for so long that would be no easy feat. Kelly certainly is a beautiful young chance.
Ow! I've been slapped like that a few times in my day. I didn't deserve it.
These top rope moves are always difference makers for better or worse. It's an unusual treat to see the bodacious Melina in active competition. She's typically known as the brains behind superstars like...
Oh boy, here she goes!
She just slapped the taste out of her opponent's mouth. This could be a pinfall. 1, 2, 3. These superstars are going to put each other through wrestling hell tonight.
They've already got a pretty good start on that, JR.
They have indeed, King. I don't think there's an ounce of quit between them.
Yeah, and that's where things get dangerous. If you're too proud to admit that it's not your night, you might wind up risking your career for a single match.
But at the same time, King, no one makes it up the ladder without pushing themselves to the very limit. It's a very fine line to walk.
You talk about ruthless aggression. Look at the way these superstars have been going after each other.
They're not playing with kid gloves, that's for sure.
We knew we were going to see a heck of a match, but this might turn out to be... No. Go ahead and say it, JR.
All right, I will. I think this one's got all the makings of a bona fide
So long, ref. Sweet dreams.
It's going to be a while before the referee gets up from that.
I think we're going to find out just how much punishment the human body can withstand here tonight.
I think you're right, King. These superstars seem intent on taking each other to the limit.
I love that attitude, JR. Go big or go home.
Well, these superstars sure aren't going home until this match is settled once and for all.
So, how do you think this one's gonna turn out, JR?
Honestly, King, I have absolutely no idea. Anything can happen here in the WWE.
But you've got to have a guess, right?
I might, but I'd rather keep it to myself if it's all the same to you, King. I don't believe it. We might see a superstar get beat with their own finishing move here. I tell you, King, sometimes I get exhausted just watching these superstars compete.
I know what you mean, JR. I don't think most people appreciate what incredible athletes these WWE superstars really are.
You've got to have some excellent conditioning to be able to do what they do.
Well, that's the name of the game, JR. You gotta keep moving. No dog ever peed on a moving car.
Oh, that's a lovely image, King. I'd ask you where you come up with this stuff, but I don't think I want to know, quite frankly. Boy, howdy. This Kelly is something else, isn't she?
She sure is. She's almost enough to make me say something nice about ECW. Almost. I talked to these superstars backstage before the match, and I don't think I've ever seen competitors so ready to get it on.
And that's coming through loud and clear here tonight in this match. They're not taking it easy on each other either.
It's been said a million times, but I'll say it again. This isn't ballet. Ruthless aggression is the name of the game.
I tell you, King, I've got no earthly idea how these superstars can maintain this intensity week after week after week.
It's not easy, JR. There's no off-season. It's not like you've got 6 months to recover after WrestleMania.
That's for damn sure. And that's why I don't think there can be any doubt in anyone's mind that the superstars of the WWE are the greatest athletes in the world.
Man, is there even going to be anything left of these superstars by the time they're done?
Not if they have their way, King. Everything they came in here with tonight is going to be left in that ring, mark my words.
I hope these fans appreciate it, JR. These superstars are putting it all on the line for them right here tonight.
These superstars are in terrific shape, and that comes as no surprise whatsoever.
No kidding. If you don't have that conditioning, you're not going to last long in a match.
You sure aren't, and that's only one of the many reasons I try to stay out of the ring whenever possible. You've got to be in 7th heaven, Kingfish. It's not often we get to see Melina in action like this.
You know it, JR. I could never get enough of Melina, but I'd sure like to try. I think these superstars have a legitimate beef with each other, JR.
So do I, King. I'm not so sure their issues with each other are going to be solved with one match.
I hope not. I'd love to see them go at it again and again.
Oh my, Kelly is showing us something here tonight.
I wish you'd show a little bit more. She's an exhibitionist.
Now put up again. That's all you were talking about before this match started.
Well, I can't help it. I'm passionate about the things that interest me. know a woman like Melina's nothing but trouble, JR. But I think she might just be the trouble I've been looking for.
You and half the fans in this arena, King. Melina certainly has no shortage of admirers, that's for sure. I'll be honest with you, King. This is not the way I thought this match would go at all.
Me neither, JR. I guess that just goes to show that anything can happen in the WWE.
I think you hit the nail right on the head, King. And it's that unpredictability that makes it so exciting.
If any superstar shows the slightest hint of weakness, they've lost the match.
That's for sure. No matter how... And here's the pin!
1, 2, 3.
I wonder if SmackDown's gonna have anything nearly this good next Friday.
I think we both know the answer to that one, King. Oh, for the love of... Talk about having no respect for your opponent.
Well, if you've got a problem with it, maybe you should do something about it. This is a mistake, JR. Everyone knows that overconfidence costs superstars matches.
That might be true, King, but all I see is a very confident superstar who's got everything going his way. Well, you can't ever accuse the WWE fans of being shy about saying what's on their minds.
You sure can, JR, and I don't think we'd have it any other way.
I'm sure these competitors have studied each other very carefully.
This match would be over by now if they hadn't, JR. You never get into the ring without doing your homework.
That would be a recipe for disaster for sure, King. Are you seeing what I'm seeing, King? Looks like turnabout is fair play.
These superstars are beating the heck out of each other, and this crowd can't get enough of it.
This is a risky move. It could prove to be disastrous.
I think someone's going for a high-risk move, JR. I feel like the luckiest guy in the world, JR. I can't believe I actually get paid to do this job.
Well, don't let Mr. McMahon hear you say that, King, or you might wind up having to do it for free.
That's true. I don't want to say that Mr. McMahon's cheap, JR, but I heard he won't even tip a canoe. Here's the pin. Could this be it?
1, 2.
There's no room for error when you're on the top rope.
I might have a few years on Kelly, but fortunately for her, I don't have a problem dating young women.
I should hope not. At your age, I'd imagine that's most of it.
1, 2.
Melina's such an amazing young talent, and what a rack. What a great addition she would be to the Women's Championship picture.
I can't imagine there are many things you could add Melina to that wouldn't make them better, JR. I can think of one or two right off the top of my head.
Yeah, and if I know you, King, you better keep them to yourself. This is a family program. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears have been shed in that very ring.
And I think there's going to be a lot more shed here tonight.
No doubt about that, King. These superstars are going to leave it all in the ring. You can count on that.
You can look at any professional sport you want, JR, and you won't find more incredible athletes than the WWE Superstars.
You're not wrong.
Whoops! There goes the referee!
Oh, man! And now there's no one to keep order in this matchup.
I can't remember the last time I saw Superstars this fired up. I don't think they've even considered the possibility that they might not win this thing.
Awful lot of pride on the line here, King. No one in that ring wants to have to go back to the locker room as a loser.
We could have a pinfall here, JR!
2,